the constellations, and Job. Here we have the Wa and the Ya. This is a wolf in Cherokee. And what must be understood is that the Wa and the Ya are interchangeable, a prefix and a suffix. Eliyahu was Elijah. The Creator's name was at the end, a suffix. And many times, Yahushua, his son, has it in the prefix. Only could he carry his father's name in that way. As these letters were created by Sequoyah, it is quite improbable that he would have been a Hebrew scholar. And nobody, including all the people that came to these lands, ever knew these things, these details, as this until now. And the great thing is that Sequoyah revealed, which he didn't plan to, the very nature of the Hebrew language in the suffix and the prefix, in the fact that he made these letters look very similar, so that when they're inverted, they look almost the same. Inverted. When I discovered this after many years of studying Hebrew in the Cherokee, I was very pleased to see that what the people have said is true. That Israel is among them, the lost tribes, the house of Israel. They are there. The Waya, and if you reverse it, Yahweh, Yoah, they didn't want to say the sacred name. Very much characteristic of a tradition that was just a tradition. And now, on to the mercy seat and the judgment seat. And in the modern interpretations of the 1800s, modern of that day, and the 1700s, people were not acquainted with the feast and the Ark of the Covenant and all the sanctuary plans that were later discovered to be all details of the Messiah. And right here we have a fascinating fact that the Cherokee resembled that in their very government. When the peace chief was determined over here in the mercy seat, and behind is the Ark of the Covenant, or their ark. It was much smaller, and they carried holy things in there, very similar. This seat was taken by the peace chief, generally was a peace chief, and then on rare occasion, the judgment seat. When he and the youth determined alike that there was no other option but war, the red seat was taken. And so we have a distinction between the East and the West, even here, and also a very clear-cut description of Israel, the lost tribes in the Cherokee. How is that? And the very fact that they understood, at least in a somewhat primitive way, and they had great error, except for this. And it alludes to the great plan of redemption of the Day of Atonement. And what that means is that the Father would leave judgment for 10 days of awe.